Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1 by Image Comics and Skybound finds the galaxy's deadliest warrior, one even Invincible can't beat, searching for a worthy challenge. Does he find it? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Comical Opinions. After reading Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1, I've come to the conclusion that sometimes you do indeed get exactly what you expect. Doesn't happen often, but this is one of those rare cases. Writer Robert Kirkman promised a mini-series depicting Battle Beast at his best, or worst, depending on your point of view, while fighting the galaxy's most formidable opponents. And that's exactly what you get here. If you were hoping for something different, don't. It is what it is. Before we dig into the plot, let's talk about the pros and cons, and let's see if you agree with my assessment. First, let's talk about the positives. If you've ever heard this statement, "I just want to see Battle Beast tear opponents up." If that's something that sounds like something you'd say, Robert Kirkman delivers a fan-pleasing first issue. There's no filler, there's no complex plots, you don't have to understand a bunch of information before you get to the big fight. There are no contrived excuses to invent a reason for Battle Beast to fight. He just wants to fight. So from that perspective, Kirkman makes good on the promise of the premise. So what's not great about Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1? Well, the positive, depending on your point of view, can also be the negative. Forget about complex plots. How about a plot? Or something that even barely resembles a plot? You don't get any of that here. There are no stakes, no consequences, or motivation other than Battle Beast wants something for the sake of wanting it. In this case, to find the ultimate fighter that can defeat him. Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1 is, in every sense of the phrase, mindless action in its most basic form. So new readers looking for a hook or a reason to root for or against Battle Beast will find this issue a little bit lacking. It's just this big dude fighting people, and it doesn't really give you much of a reason to care. So that may be a problem, maybe not. But if you're a new reader and you don't know this character at all, it could be a problem. Alright, let's switch gears and talk about the art for a second. We've got Ryan Ottley, who gives you muscles, mayhem, and plenty of splattering blood in all its assorted alien colors, to reinforce the idea that Battle Beast isn't a merciful cat, pun intended. Ottley presents a muscle-bound menace in Thok, which is the character's real, birth name, to make him as physically intimidating as possible. And the fight with the Colossus, who is the big warrior that takes up most of the challenge in this issue, is outright savage, as it should be. That is the nature of this comic. A big fight with two big warriors, and it looks great. Let's dig into the plot so you get a better sense of what's going on here. In Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1, we begin with the titular character leaving Earth after realizing the best warriors Earth has to offer, including Invincible and his allies, are not enough of a challenge. He dumps his defeated foes on the ground and teleports to his orbiting ship. Battle Beast commandeered the ship after killing the entire crew, but now that the crew is dead, the ship's AI comes online to aid its new captain. Since the two are just meeting and they need to get to know each other a little bit, Battle Beast explains his history as a warrior named Thok, who fought all opponents to become the absolute ruler of his homeworld called Dorn. When his planet unified eventually and became peaceful, Thok left because his unquenchable rage and need for battle couldn't be satisfied on a peaceful world. Thok assumed the title of Battle Beast, wandering the galaxy in search of a worthy opponent who could kill him. In his mind, death is the only release from his unquenchable rage. Since it doesn't have a crew to service, the ship's AI decides, well, if that's your mission, that's what I'll do. So it begins scouring its database to find a worthy opponent and takes Thok to a barren world where a powerful being was left to rot while encased in a stone prison. This being is called the Colossus of Emsu. Battle Beast frees the Colossus, knowing that the first move will be to attack. However, after a very bloody and intense fight, Battle Beast wins. Before he leaves, leaving this ripped carcass alone on this barren world, a small alien wiggles out from inside the corpse of Colossus and begs to be taken away from this barren world. Thok silently agrees and carries the tiny alien back to his ship as a potential snack, and then the issue ends with the AI apologizing for Thok's survival and starting a new search for an even deadlier opponent. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. As you might have guessed, Battle Beast comes from the Invincible Universe as a side character, an offshoot character who became very popular very quickly. Is knowledge of Invincible necessary for you to enjoy this comic? Do you need to have read everything that happened in that other series? For the most part, no. You can jump right in with no foreknowledge of Invincible. Reading Invincible would help to provide more details as to why Battle Beast has become a fan favorite, but it's not required and it's pretty easy to jump into. Final thoughts. What do we think about Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 1? It's one of those rare comics that gives you exactly what you expect. That doesn't happen too often these days. Robert Kirkman drops the thinnest of setups before jumping right to the action with the promise of more. It's just going to be a miniseries about fighting bigger and badder opponents. And Ryan Ottley's bloody macho art is tailor-made for this story. If all you want to do is read about a muscle-bound warrior fighting bigger muscle-bound warriors, you are going to love this issue. Therefore, Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 1 from Image Comics and Skybound earns a 7 out of 10. I kind of like this issue, but there's not much meat on the bone. It's just basically guys fighting each other. And for some people, that's going to be okay. For others, you might feel it's not quite up to snuff as far as getting you hooked and invested in what's going on here. It sort of depends on your point of view, honestly. But what do you think? Were you looking forward to this series? Are you a fan of Battle Beast? Let me know in the comments section down below. So, thank you very much for joining, and stay tuned through the outro for more reviews just like this one.